Smack. Welcome to Super Smack.
Welcome to the Super Smack podcast.
The rugby podcast from the fans, for the fans. Another lovely win for the All Blacks against Scotland.
Another win on the Grand Slam mission, and it's 2 down, 2 to go, and they just beat another of what was pegged to be one of the harder matches because...
It was a little unknown, wasn't it? We didn't know which Scotland was going to show up.
Well, that's right. Well, can I ask you a question about this?
Yes,
when we say unknown, what didn't we know about the Scottish team? What, or shall I let me rephrase? What did we know about the Scottish team that made us think that they could actually beat the All Blacks? Because I'm confused about that.
No, I think it was maybe whether this was going to be the game where a miracle came true for them, you know?
So it had to be a miracle, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
well,
they've never won.
Funny. No, but regardless of their record against us, you think that a build-up of success for them would have everyone going, oh, I think they're so good at the moment that I think it's time they beat the All Blacks. Mate, they haven't won the Six Nations ever. They've won the Five Nations. They got beaten by pretty much everybody except Italy and Wales in this year's Six Nations.
Yeah.
What on earth possesses people to think that they even had a chance of beating
Wasn't there a stat the other day? There was some. I can't remember which social media pundit kind of put this out there, but it was the last 18 games they had played the All Blacks a handful of times, the South Africans a handful of times, and the Irish. They hadn't won a single game against the top three in the world. I'm like, mate, why? What is it about this All Black team that has us labeled as basically underdogs for every game? Everyone is so shocked and so kind of like that we're winning these games. So what the hell's going on? I mean, it's kind of good. I kind of like it. But
I think it's working in our favour. I think Razor and the boys are in the sheds going, okay, you want to play it like that? We'll come out and show you what we've got.
You want to be the favourite? Yeah.
But it's quite funny because you've got some players in there who are arguably the best in the world at the moment. You've got Cam Roigard, unequivocally the greatest nine playing the game right now. You've got Will Jordan. You've got all sorts of legendary All Blacks, Adi Savia, people who have been in the team for so long. I don't know why. I'm not actually, don't want to come across as though I'm being negative to Scotland's chances, but it really was interesting that people were expecting them that they could win that, because on paper I would say absolutely not, and that's happened again. It's shown why they can't. They're not quite good enough to beat the All Blacks yet, I would say.
Yeah, but I mean, you would argue that there were periods of that game where that maybe they were. And maybe at the same time as them being as good enough to beat the All Blacks, we were playing shit enough to let them beat us. But when it comes down to it, I mean, we played almost half the game with 14 people.
Yeah, mate. They were beating a 14-man team, but also that's happened so many times before. It doesn't mean they've got it in them to beat us. They have to go the full 80. It's like when I was watching Samoa and the Kiwis in the league on Sunday. And Samoa got off to this huge start, and I was just sitting there going, you just wait. We all know what happens with those teams.
They get a bit tired.
They get a bit tired and they fall apart, and surely it was a romp in the second half. It's just those... They can come out and score some great tries, and actually bringing it back to 17-all was super exciting.
Yeah, they made for a bloody good game.
The Scotland team made it an amazing game, but... yeah, it is funny. It just gets me, some of that rhetoric sometimes. I just go, hey, go and win your other games first, all right? And then come knocking on our door.
And Scotland, thanks for the runaround. Thanks for having us. Thanks for
at our second home ground, Murrayfield.
Thanks for putting a bit of pressure on us for 5 to 10 minutes of the game and making us once again close out a test match. Which I think is hopefully going to be the theme for the rest of this bloody Grand Slam. If we can play that last 20 minutes like we have in the last two games, then I'll be bloody happy at the end of this year.
And we're going to have to, and that's where don't get us wrong. they're going to be tight games where we have to close them out. But that's great because then we're just playing classic rugby, All Black rugby. It's awesome. I reckon Twickenham is going to be, you got to say, is going to be a close affair, right? There's no way that's a blowout of any sort.
Mate, I'm feeling cocky, mate. I might be. Me and you might be like some of the cockiest All Black fans in New Zealand at the moment.
No. Don't Ryan O'Kane me. Don't mistake cockiness for pride and
confidence,
pleasure in it. Like Ardie Savia said in that press conference, you'd look around the room here and you'd think that we'd lost, and he had a bloody good point, which is that we're very loath to celebrate great things, and we're not being cocky, but I definitely think we're on a. You can see the All Blacks are on one at the moment. They're sorting out their shit. Do you reckon they've sorted out their shit?
Yeah, for a bit. I mean, we started that game bloody well. Like I think, like half time, I'm thinking that's probably one of the best halves I've seen for a wee while. I felt great.
I mean, 17-0 up. How can you possibly complain about that? That's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect.
And then you go and then we just have these like little lapses still,
sleeps. Yeah.
And I mean,
every team
does. The brain fades of both Leroy Carter and Wallace Atiti. The Ardie Savia card I can kind of see. That's more of a team yellow card, really. But
it is. It's always going to happen.
The Wallace
it's very hard
one is just like it's a clear knockdown. And mate, what are you tripping on, Leroy?
Mate,
has he had a blunt before the fucking before the game? Like what a crazy thing to do.
Do you reckon he was sticking his foot out, and as he'd even extended it, he would have been going, "Oh, don't do it! Oh,
don't do it!
You've done it now."
Do you put your foot out like to maybe as a reaction when the ball's kicked to sort of charge it down or kick it?
I think it's absolutely a knee-jerk reaction, literally. I think it is. I think anyone would do it. In fact, the game is that you have to stop yourself doing it.
It was rank, man.
You have to. I reckon all those players are constantly fighting an urge to do something dirty like that. I reckon at 50 times a game, they're all going,
and you know what, mate? No one's immune to being a bit cheeky. Everyone does a little bit of cheating. No matter and like everyone wants to get away with it. If someone's under pressure, like the South Africans are real bad at it. If they're under pressure, they just blatantly cheat and go, "Oh no, but I couldn't hear the whistle." It's like, nah, mate. Like, fucking rein it in. The Irish were doing a bit of cheating. Man, we fucking love it. We love
nobody wants to see a guy get a runaway try, so you want to try and trip him just to make sure.
You'll plead your ignorance or your innocence, but mate, we can all see it in the slow mo replays. Once you slow something down, we can see that. We can see it ticking over in your mind. You put your little foot out.
It's the death of cheekiness in rugby, isn't it? It's like, damn it, he saw everything.
Do you reckon it would have been a blowout if we'd kept all 15 players on the field for the whole game?
I would have said that probably a few more things would have come together because we wouldn't have had that. What isn't about just sheer numbers, is it? But we wouldn't have had that mental block that we're down a man.
Yeah, and everyone has to rally. You can't just focus on your single jobs and then go about it. I don't know. Things must change.
I don't actually think it would have been I don't think it would have been a pasting. I think it would have made it just a little bit easier. But I ultimately think we were up for a fight against the Scots, clearly. They had everything to play for. They were desperate. And, of course, that's why they lost in the end, like we talked about last week. Desperate teams who want to beat the All Blacks, they just can't, you get too desperate and you make a few mistakes and do a few silly things. But they were great.
Yeah.
Do you think they had any players on their team who outplayed their All Black opposites? Like that's a key thing for me. I don't think there were a huge amount of players who did that, and that was the difference at the end of the day. We were all over them in the breakdown, which was great. I loved that. Ardie, Deep Dupes. They were. Lakai was bloody good. How good's Lakai?
The loose forwards were great, and it was nice to see Dupes come on. I've been waiting to see that injection of energy that he brings.
I know that was good, man.
And it was nice to have him in there. I wonder against England whether we do bulk up again and get old Parker back in.
You reckon they'll get him back?
Well, I think it depends on whether we get Scooter back. Because that's still a 50-50 thing at the moment. They want him to be ready, but I think he's got to go through training tomorrow to get a sense of whether he's going to be playing.
Maybe our game plan hypothesis the other day is correct. Maybe they're using dupes as the target when the other team are really tired. Bring him on as the second seven with Ardy and basically just tackle them from both sides like constantly so that they just can't win the breakdown ball.
It's on the defensive side of the breakdown, man.
That's so right. And when their players are tired and aren't getting there as quickly, that's when of course you can win games. But I love the Lakai Satiti Savia combo of big men is pretty good, eh?
They're phenomenal. Yeah, and Satiti really, I think he's cemented his place in the side almost a little bit against Scotland there. I think he's done it.
Totally has, eh?
Yeah.
Against his name, Wallace Satiti.
Yeah.
So Murrayfield is becoming a bit of a second Eden Park in the north. Our second home. Maybe we should just play home games there, even if the Scottish aren't playing.
Well, maybe
Should we just arrange other games?
Are there how many? We've lost a few games in Cardiff, haven't we?
Against Wales?
Yeah. No, never.
We won. I think we lost once 3-0 back in 1908 or something.
So I mean, that's another home ground.
Yeah. And Twickenham. Is Twickenham count as well? No, don't get cocky, mate.
We've lost a few.
Don't get cocky, mate.
We've lost a few at Twickers.
What do we think is going to happen this Saturday or Sunday in New Zealand time against the Poms?
Mate, I think it's going to be really tight. I think this is the game. This is the game I've always pegged as being the hardest one.
Great, not the pasting that you predicted against Ireland.
No, I've predicted 2 pastings and they haven't really come, have they? I mean, we doubled their score against the Irish in Chicago. I mean, that's all right. I think that's a pretty good win.
That's something.
Yeah, and I feel like, when it all come down to it, when it really mattered, we had a lovely D-Mac cameo off the bench again.
Yeah, God, we actually should talk about that. Yeah, Damian McKenzie, take a bow. I mean, that is an extraordinary
we were talking about this before.
Super sub performance.
I mean, he's getting a lot of praise out there, and the highlight packages. I mean, it was some finish. It was a very amazing finish. And for me, the best part is the, basically just grabbing the guy, using his own momentum, and just tossing him to the side. It wasn't even a fend. It was more of get the fuck out of here. I've got shit to do.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part. It wasn't even staying in touch, using the second defender as a headrest so he didn't go into touch, and then rolling over and doing a little surprise grounding. I don't think he even quite realised where he was himself.
I don't think he did too. I think he was just praying he didn't go into touch. You're right. And he executed one of the most beautiful and ugly tries all at the same time.
And speaking of ugly, I mean, he looked like he'd been run over by a fucking lawnmower at the end of that game.
He had. Yeah.
I don't think he knew where he was.
Hairdresser.
I don't think he knew where he was. I don't think he could see or hear. I think that was just pure rugby instinct, that try. I don't think he knew what was going on. And judging from the kick, the conversion attempt, I mean, he obviously didn't know where the fuck he was. I don't remember. He thought he was in Gore.
He was just on another level. I don't remember him getting the injury.
No, neither. We didn't see it.
And so I was starting to go, they've just...
But he had about 5 holes in his face.
Yeah, did he?
Yes.
What happened to him?
He had one coming down his thing, and then he obviously had one at the top.
I'm starting to think that he's not injured at all. That I reckon they just had a makeup artist. They've done something to him
maybe
quickly in a huddle, because he looked like a perfect war veteran. But
mate, sometimes those makeup calls can take a little bit of time. Me and you have both sat in a makeup chair. If they're doing prosthetics,
blood can be hard to get right.
Mate, yeah, it can be hard. Yeah. You've got to get the consistency right, and you usually need a wee prosthetic. You need the spirit gum out. You need to prep all that. Gum. Yeah, you probably get a little bit of hair and involved and stuff, and you want to get that wound really there's a few layers to really blend it, so it looks natural.
Yeah, I reckon there's nothing to spur a player on more than getting a head injury and putting on a cool headband and having blood down the shirt. I reckon he took a look at himself on the big screen and went, fuck, this is awesome. I reckon he was like, I look like a fucking warrior. And then he just took his game to another level, goes, I look like a fucking warrior. 50-22. I look like a fucking warrior. Try in the corner. Yeah. Fuck, I look hot. Penalty from 50 out. He's just
insane.
like, he was on another level, and good on him, because you wouldn't change a thing, right? At this point, there's all these people, including our lovely friend Myth, who always just want to see him start in that 10 jersey, but you're not changing a thing, mate. He is proving like to be just the greatest sub player, and we've said it. It's where he belongs. He's amazing at it. He's the best in the world.
You know what?
Why would you
what's
change
funny?
it?
I reckon I can't remember the last time he actually came on as a tactical sub. He's only really come on for an injury. Am I right in saying that?
Did he come on for an injury this time?
Yeah, Caleb Clark.
Caleb Clark, of course.
Caleb
he did.
Clark limped off, and then he came on.
Shit. Yeah, I mean, we have had an injury-prone year, of course. So
yeah,
you're right. So he's never. But it's worked.
We're kind of just relying on him just to be like,
well, just like
great off the bench. Yeah, absolutely. Fundamentally, he's doing his job. He's just doing it fucking well.
And if we're to play also into the psyche of DMAC, not being able to fully read his mind, but there must be something in the fact that he is on the bench that makes a player go, I've got to fucking play out of my skin to make myself still relevant in the starting conversation, because ultimately he probably does want to be a starter, doesn't he? Like,
but you probably don't want to try. Otherwise. Yeah, I would say so. Of course, everyone would want to start in jersey more.
So he's fighting for his position, which makes bench players even more exciting, of course, because they just go hell for leather for 20 minutes.
It's a balance as well. You also don't want to be like, you don't want to try too hard and like sort of, but do something silly.
But you've only got 20 minutes on the field as opposed to 80. You've got 20 minutes to just do your absolute best thing you can do.
Maybe that's where I'm going to get my debut for a NPC team, is maybe if I just come on as a super sub just for the last 5 when everyone else is a little bit tired. That'll be it, eh? Yeah.
Mate, I reckon at your level of rugby, you'd have to come on in the last 30 seconds only, and hope to God that you never saw the ball at all. And,
hey, mate, 30 seconds in heaven is still 30 seconds in heaven. Just ask your mum.
Mate, I reckon in that full All Blacks uniform, you'd look pretty similar to that Javo guy that tries to stand on the end of national anthems.
Oh, I'm a little bit skinnier.
People would be like, mate, I know you've been going to the gym. I know you've been working out a little bit, but come on, mate.
Come on, mate. You
Javo,
also had a pack of Pringles last night and some chicken wings.
And you shouldn't be having those, because I've read somewhere now that they're quite not good for you.
Of course they're not. Who's saying that Pringles are good for you?
No, on another level.
What level, mate?
Oh, there's this annoying guy
the amount of cured meats you put down your guzzler, just simmer down, mate.
I'm just saying, he lists
I've seen
those
you eat
as well.
a whole wheel of cheese.
There's an annoying guy called Supermarket Conspiracy Buster or something on TikTok, and I say he's annoying. He's actually really good, but he basically lists all the foods that I love to eat, like fantastic beef 2-minute noodles.
Oh, not good?
Apparently some of the worst things you can eat.
Yeah,
and
but
he's going through listing all the preservative ingredients as it is in the cured meats.
But mate, once again, you're an adult in your early 40s now, aren't you?
Thank you, mate. Yeah. Thanks for revealing that.
You should you know better. That's not good food. Like, it's common sense. You don't need a TikTok person to tell you that fantastic beef, 2-minute noodles aren't good for you.
I know, but in just the way you stuffed those Pringles down your fucking gullet.
They weren't actually Pringles. They were the healthy version.
Oh, yeah. You're saying that now so that you don't look bad. But you're they're
those
guilty.
ones from Australia. What are they called? The Good Chip Company.
You've got sour cream and chives on your face, mate.
Yeah, right down the chin.
No, we don't have to. Just don't eat Pringles, guys. They're not good for you. They're not good for you.
Well, I mean, have some Pringles. Just don't eat only Pringles and 2-minute noodles and cured meats and a wheel of cheese.
I don't only eat those things, although I did eat a whole wheel of cheese last night.
Yeah, exactly.
And some lovely seeded knack bread.
What
from
the fuck is
Faro,
that?
some sort of Swedish knack bread, you know?
Knack bread. Okay.
It's a lovely crispy seed cracker. Anyway.
Should we talk about these 3 yellow cards? Do we need to do anything about that?
Well, one of them you
just don't do it again.
Pinpointed. Don't try not to bring down them all, but it's very hard. It happens like most games. It's a team yellow card.
That's a team yellow card for sure.
He bore the brunt.
Yeah.
Sure. How many reaching? I mean, Sevu's done it a couple of times. We've talked about people.
Yeah,
it's very
Albie's
hard to risk the temptation of the tap down. And then Leroy's was just a brain explosion, but you're not going to see that. The fact that we saw them all in one game was a little bit of an anomaly. It was a bit strange. And people would love to say that it speaks to maybe the All Blacks were desperate. I don't think so. I just think we were playing with a little bit more abandon than we should.
So is it forgiven and forgotten? So
definitely.
Does Razor go up to Leroy and go, "You're on fucking thin ice, mate"?
Yeah, he does.
You do anything like that again, you won't see an All Blacks jersey for the rest of your career.
I don't think, mate. I don't think he even says that. I reckon he just walks up and he goes, "Foot trip, eh?" And just walks off.
Is that what they taught you on the 7th Circuit?
Yeah. Foot trip, eh? Interesting. And then walk off. It's like far out. They know. Those ones, they knew exactly what they'd done. They're shit. Yeah, they're like, fuck this. I don't think you're going to see that again next game.
Do you think after like an international at Murrayfield, they still do a court session where you get fined for doing things like a foot trip?
I wonder if they do. I wonder if you're allowed
for being
to.
2 minutes late to training, or for like singing flat in the shower, or
are you talking is there drinking involved in these, or are you just saying like a straight up court session?
No, usually you're around a beer. Yeah, you probably have to have a couple of sips or neck a Steiny Pure or something, you know.
Well, it would only be Steiny Pure, wouldn't it?
Or Classic.
Spices.
I actually like Steiny Classic is my favorite.
You do. You started getting into the Steiny Classic.
Yeah, I think
is it the green bottle? No, well, Steiny Pure's got a green bottle too, doesn't it?
You know what it is, mate? It's actually being like when you spend a little bit of time away from New Zealand, you come back and it's those old beers. Like it's like nostalgia. I don't know. There's something about it. Like I love a Spates now.
Yeah,
I love getting this. You go to the RSC.
I got a longie. I got a longie of Spates the other day. In fact, I might
delicious.
Get one today. Actually, I've got a Kieran in the fridge.
Well, no, see that's it. Soon. I'm not. The Kieran's great, but like I'm all for the low cost beer. You know, like a good old Steiny Classic. It's always been the same price.
Yeah,
it's always been the 5% green bot. You know, and out of the green bots, I'd rather get the old Steiny Classic than the Heineken.
Would you rather drink one of those sort of bog standees, the Spates, the Steiny Classic, the Lion Reds, than a craft beer?
I think these days.
What's wrong with Leon Rouge?
Mate, I think I've had my time. I think like I like one or two of those maybe on a Sunday afternoon. But if I'm having a few beers watching some code, I want a fucking 4% classic. I just want to sink a beer, you know?
Yeah. And it's like and a jar of Pringles.
Yeah. After you mow the lawn on a hot summer's day, you sit down with a Spates.
When did you last mow the lawn, mate?
Every time I go to mum and dad's. I always mow the lawn for dad.
That's lovely.
Well, why not?
That's lovely.
He's 70-odd. He doesn't want to be pushing around that old fucking lawn.
No, that's beautiful, mate. Yeah.
I mean, I'm only there once a year, so I mean, you can't.
So you mow the lawns once a year.
Yeah, he does it 50 times, and I do it once, and then I have a sit down.
That's nice though, as the gesture is to say, "Don't worry, mate. Oh, I've got this. You sit down.
I got this, Dad. Yeah.
You sit down."
And he'll follow me around and go, a little bit more over there, a little bit.
Does he actually?
No, he'll do a little bit of pruning and chuck it in front of the lawnmower. You run over that.
Fucking run over that.
Hey, he always gets me over there. He always gets me over the retaining wall. They've got a big retaining wall at their place, and there's always like weeds or like things that need to be killed on the retaining wall. And he can't. He's too old to go over there now. He can't do it. So every time I go there, he's like done some spraying. He's like, "Oh, can you pull out the weeds?" So I jump down over the retaining wall and do a little bit of pulling out.
Oh mate, I pull out a mountain of weeds every time I go back to Felicity's.
I thought you were going to go somewhere else there.
Oh, come on, mate. I actually planted some lovely roses last time I was down, and now she says they're blooming. They're blooming well. So they're doing blooming well.
I bet she is.
Yeah. Oh, No, she's actually a bit poorly.
She-
Anyway,
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
wonderful second half performance at the very end there. The All Blacks have done it again. We're looking good. We're looking good for going into this third game. Like we said, we're not cocky, but we're confident. There's going to be a tight battle at Twickenham. What are we worried about from this England team? They look like they're finding some good form as well.
Yeah, they've got. I mean, I feel like England and the All Blacks are playing some. They're probably at a pretty similar stage, right? I mean, obviously we're at different parts of our seasons, but there's still the same area that I'm worried about, mate, and it's this fucking high ball.
So England would be right to try and keep testing us under that.
Absolutely, because
we can't regain our own high ball, let alone theirs.
I haven't got the stats in front of me. In fact, I've never seen them or researched them. But I reckon we're getting around about 20% of that ball that goes up.
You might want to actually look at the stats before you start opening up this column.
It can't be more than 20%. There's no way. No one in their right mind is saying it's more than 20%. I think it should be up to someone. I think it should be up to someone to prove me wrong rather than for me to prove
You're saying that
right.
some more practice needs to go into the high ball areas still.
I think we need to employ Ben Smith and Corey John. I've been saying it for months.
Get them in.
Get them in there. I don't care. And you know what? I reckon we ditch everything else this week. I think we're just sending up high ball after high ball.
Just don't train anything else. Go. The breakdown's fine. The line-out's fine. Scrummaging all good.
If you drop it under pressure, or you get there's a little knock on or something, or you hurt someone, or you do something wrong, then 10 push-ups. Let's just employ that. I reckon we'll have the biggest chests in fucking world rugby if we employ that rule.
That's right. Or no more Fortnite.
No more Fortnite. Yeah, they're all playing it.
Simple punishments. No golf. You're not allowed to go golfing.
Yeah.
Geordie or whoever else is doing it.
You get your driver taken off you, so you can't. You get your driver and your putter taken away. So
I thought they.
No, from their golf bags.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't utilise the high ball like crazily, did they? There were a couple of times where they kicked it too far, which is has been happening a bit too, bit aimless. But yeah, it would be nice to see them execute it and go to it often because they know they're doing well at it. Would you say that maybe they're avoiding it because it's not, it's not
it just
working
feels
out?
Like every time we kick it up, every time we're doing that tactically, we're not getting it back. So what's the point?
Yeah,
we're not putting any pressure on the opposition by doing it.
Have they admitted defeat? Do they know that they're not?
Well,
why
I still think
they be good at it?
Roy Gard chucked it up a lot, and so did Bodie.
Yeah,
they chucked it up, mate.
Well, they chucked it up.
They chucked it up big time. They love it. They love chucking it up. They love calling in he loves calling in a couple more forwards to create their little what do they call it? The tail of the ruck or the bridge or whatever it is.
Yep.
Get that ball all the way in.
Go back last
fuck around with it for fucking half a minute.
While you've got Nick Berry going, get it out. Use it. That's once, Cam. That's once. That's twice.
Get it up, baby.
Get it up there.
And get it out of the sky. Pluck it. Catch it with two hands. Catch it with two hands. What do we need? Do we need to get some I don't know, some basketballers in there? Maybe we get Stephen Adams in to do some hops training.
Well, I mean, or just I mean, surely they're all capable of,
get some fucking springs in their boots. I don't know. Let's start cheating on it or something.
So start cheating like John Candy and Cool Runnings. Put some weights in the front of the bobsled.
Yeah.
And then you have to get dismissed, and then they try their best. They don't win, but we all clap because they shouldn't have been there in the first place. Those Jamaicans.
And then Scott Barrett and Artie Savia will be at a press conference crying like Steve Smith and David Warner with the sandpaper scandal.
Fuck, that's so embarrassing still to this day. That sobbing little fuckwit. He really is a cunt, isn't he, Steve Smith?
Yeah,
just a grade
David Warner more so though.
Oh, both of them are.
David Warner is a piece of work.
Oh, David Warner's a piece of shit. Yeah. No doubt about it. Just calling them out.
Both very, very good players, but Jesus.
Sure.
Can't stand them.
But that's classic, though.
The epitome of Aussie sportsmen, those two.
Yeah. They are. You don't see that in Aussie rugby, really. You don't get that, but it's definitely...
Not anymore. You probably had it back in the Eels.
You get it in league.
You got in the
the
Gregan days. Gregan was a bit like that.
Oh, yeah,
and
he was good.
I reckon
Cheeky.
Latham was a bit like that too. I reckon
Gregan was 4 more years, of course, wasn't he? He was. That's the best, the greatest sledge that anyone's ever given on the rugby field. I think is 4 more years. I don't think there's come one. I mean, the only slightly more offensive one was Peter O'Mahony telling Sam Cane that he was a shit
Richie McCaw, yeah.
But that's not clever. That's just harsh. I think 4 more years was, you can't beat that. He's a smart fella.
4 more years, boys. Okay, became headlines, both sides of it.
And it's still kind of used now, you know. He started a trend. He was ahead of his time.
Yeah, George, imagine if he would have been a meme if it had been around these days.
Yeah, he would have been a great social media manager. You know, like, hey, you got it. This tagline's going to blow up. Trust me,
it's going to blow up. Yeah, I just got you. If you say it at the 81st minute, just when they're knocked out of the World Cup, it's going to be gold.
It's all about timing. You got to post between 6 and 9 at night to get the most engagement.
So going into this England game, have we got any changes? You got anyone that you want to see come into this
we do have a big change to talk about. And, and there's a bit of contention.
Caleb Clark, right?
Senior Caleb Clark is unfortunately injured again for the second time this year.
Is it his ankle again?
I think it's a high ankle strain, isn't it? Yeah.
What are we saying high ankle?
I think it's just up at the
that's
back
a new
of
thing.
It's
just an ankle, right?
Yeah, okay.
Like, why are we saying high ankle now? Like,
because
I
think some of the medical professionals like to get specific on the injury. You know,
right?
Why not?
I mean, does the average Joe need to know that it's a high ankle sprain? Like, can we just say that it's just an ankle?
Yeah,
ankle
injury? Personally, I don't know about you, but whenever I read ankle strain, I go, well, high or low. I don't get it
called. It's never called a low ankle strain.
Well, why not? No, because that's your foot.
or just the grass.
I think the grass because the ankle. I think because the ankle has a high and a low. I guess the foot is the lower part of. I don't know.
Just call it a fucking ankle injury. Yeah. We don't need to know that it's a high ankle strain.
Well, it would save on typing. You wouldn't have to.
Well, yeah, listen to that word. I think they're just trying to make it a bit bougier.
Do you know what they've done is that the press have just taken it from the press release on the injury, and the staff have put high ankle strain, and they're just copying and pasting.
Yeah, it's a copy-paste situation. Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's a copy-paste. I mean, so poor Caleb Clark is sidelined
Scott
again.
Robertson's gone. He's gone into a press conference and gone, hey, boys, what am I calling Caleb's injury if I get asked? High ankle strain. Not low?
So
not regular?
So just an ankle strain then?
No, high.
No. High.
How high?
Irrelevant.
Sorry, I interrupted you there. So yeah, Caleb Clark's not there. So what are we doing? What are we doing, G?
So what we've got is a potential reshuffle of the back three being mooted. But in my professional opinion,
you don't have one, mate.
No, I know. In my personal opinion,
yeah, there we go.
I think what they will do, wouldn't be surprised to see Rieko Ioane step into the 11 jersey where he's played for, however many tests of his career, and he's played well at Twickenham. I think they'll put him in, leave Leroy on the other wing, and that means they can keep Jordan at fullback, which Razor seems hell-bent on. We've said this a lot. The other thing that's being mooted around the place is that McKenzie... which we mentioned last week, is that McKenzie comes 15. And starts at 15.
Yeah.
Jordan goes to 14, and then you either leave Leroy on one wing, or maybe you still bring in Rieko anyway.
Well, then Rieko comes to the bench at that point, I think.
Rieko comes to the bench as centre wing cover at that point, right?
Because you've got, also, with Bodie, Jordan and D-Mac on the field, you've got fullback and first five covered with those three. Yeah. Unless two of them get injured, then you become a little bit fucked. But then that's the same if both your first fives get injured anyway.
Yeah. My personal opinion on that is I think they lose a huge piece of impact with having D-Mac there from the start. So if you've got Cortez Ratima, Rieko Ioane, and who? You'd have Billy Proctor, wouldn't you? Because you've got another centre option. So if you've got those three on the bench as opposed to D-Mac. I think Rico would be better to start the game and to stay on most of the game at wing only and still bring D-Mac on and do a reshuffle then. I honestly think that works better, and I'd be very surprised if they do something different at this point. You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, as we've talked at length about.
Well, what
before.
other wingers have we got? We've got Severis, who I don't think really impressed me very much with the All Blacks 15.
We're down. We now have to reach into the depths of
there's no one
whoever else can. Well, where's Ngarawa? He's injured, right?
Yeah, Ngarawa's gone home. Well, he didn't even get on the plane.
So you've got to start looking at other players to pull up. But I don't.
You've got Ruben
you don't
Love,
do that.
But he's not a winger.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing.
Who else is in
Rico,
there 36, mate?
There is another scenario that I could pitch, which is that you have Jordan and Leroy on the wings, D-Mac starts at fullback, and then you put Ruben Love and a centre in. So you do Billy Proctor, Ruben Love, Cortez Ratama on the bench. I got to say, I don't think now's the time to do that. I think you keep...
Ruben Love's playing against Wales, isn't he?
Yeah. If they go with the D-Mac at 15 option, I would be hugely surprised. It would be a very...
I'll be okay with it, though. I'd feel pretty good.
I'd be okay, but I don't think against England it's the thing to do. I think if what's working for them, you have to preserve, because it will only keep getting better. I think replacing Caleb Clark with Ricky Ioane, it's just a straight swap. It's so easy. Everyone understands it. Rico's a winger.
He hasn't been there for a while, mate.
I think the last game he played for the All Blacks was on the wing.
What about if we put Billy Proctor back in at centre and we put Lester as on the wing instead of Caleb?
That's an interesting shout.
Tupaia, Proctor, Lester Fainga'anuku on the wing.
I still wouldn't, mate. If you think about it, combinations, leave Lester and Tupaia doing the thing that they've been doing well over the last two games, leave D-Mac on the bench coming on, which has been, those two things have been working. All you're doing then is simply subbing Rico out for you. I think you want the least amount of change and damage, and for my money, that would be simply swapping the wingers over and doing nothing else. That's all you have to do.
All right, we'll see.
That's
we'll
see. I know we think Rico's a bit past it. To be honest, it doesn't have to be Rico's. It could be winger number one, whatever. But I don't think you want to go changing it round. That would be my way of doing it.
Well, they haven't called anyone new into the squad from the All Blacks 15 team for this game. Well, no, they haven't. They haven't for this week. So they're going to be taking whatever 23 are going to come from the 36.
He's also been training incredibly closely with them, and he's got to step in, Ioane. I mean, that's what he's there for.
Have you been at the trainings, mate?
I was there last week.
You've been watching Rico.
And he called me up and he goes, he called me up and he went,
go?
see that? See what I did there? See I passed that ball. I held that tackle bag, got that guy's food for him. And now's my chance to shine.
Do you think there is a little bit of a hierarchy thing when you're obviously training as in the starting lineup? Do you think there is a bit of a hierarchy where the support staff, really, the support players, the ones that are sort of getting the starters ready? Do you reckon that they are doing that sort of stuff? Like maybe they're
definitely.
Hey mate, can I get a DC, please?
Yeah.
Do you think anyone takes the piss? Like,
hey mate, can I get an oat milk matcha? Can I get a strawberry matcha oat latte?
Hey Rex, can I have half of your chicken breast?
And
I'm just a little bit hungry.
He has to say yes.
He's like,
yeah, fuck, okay,
yeah.
That's
why it's so hard to get back in, because you get bullied.
You probably think there was a hierarchy, and from all accounts of people like Gilbert and Norca and things back in the day, it was fucking ruthless by the sounds of things. But I think the All Blacks have gone pretty egalitarian now, where it's like how they all help with the bags at the airport. No matter who you are, you have to pitch in.
They clean the dressing room at the end of the game. Everyone gets the broom out and gives it all.
I think there's actually much less difference now between the newbies and the old heads. I reckon in terms of starting and not starting, I reckon there's a very equal feeling. That would be my pitch. But Yeah, it would be funny if you did have to fetch the Sammies. I don't think that sounds like something that that England would do. They'd have a class system. England.
Yeah, true.
The richer the wealthier the school you came from, you sort of have a sense of entitlement.
Yeah, the Eton boys are having their kale and cucumber club sandwiches at the top on the top shelf. Yeah.
Like Henry Pollock would be going around fucking demanding people give him their chicken schnitzel and shit. He'd be like, "Give me a fucking schnitzel." Like the rat ass fucker. Hey,
do you think Scott Barrett's going to pull through? Do you think he's going to start?
I would. Don't know, but Lord,
I'm liking Artie Savier's press conferences.
I am, and I was liking Lord and Fabian Holland's performance as well, and
Lord doing a little sniping run to open the score.
Yeah, who knew we had such fucking depth in our locking department? But
Lord's
how genius!
Lord's been injured. He's been in and around for a wee while. He's actually been a part of the group for a couple of years. It's no
testament to him that he's even through injury he's still made it into selection. So he's damn good.
Mate,
so I would say maybe if Barrett's fit, they'll play him. There's no doubt about it. That's the thing. That's what they'll do. He's the captain of the team. He's Scott Barrett. But I would not be sad at all if he didn't have to. I think these boys they're taking their opportunity. It's exactly that. They've seen a golden opportunity with him on the bench. I reckon.
And Derry had a quick run as well, which is good.
Yeah.
You get him on there for a wee run.
I reckon we've got a good shot at this at Twickers. I feel the pressure will always be on a big occasion, but for me, like it was for Scotland and Ireland, I feel the pressure's all on them, if you agree. The pressure's on England because they've had actually a unique time with us. So they came down, played 3 tests, lost all 3. We went to Twickenham last year. We beat them. They'll be desperate as well. They're desperate to beat us, I reckon, because if we beat them again now, it's well and truly cemented like it is with the Irish. So I think the pressure's on them. I reckon we're kind of going, oh, well, if you lose one at Twickenham every now and then, that's bound to happen, right? Whereas their mindset will be very different. I have a feeling that's what our advantage is going into all of these games, is that the pressure on those other teams to win is just too huge.
It's that thing. Everyone thinks we're weak at the moment. Everyone thinks that we're there ripe for the taking.
Well, somehow
Ireland thought that, and then they said they had these moments during the game where they lost it. It's like, yeah, come on, guys.
Oh, mate,
the Scotland press is like we've never been closer. We had our opportunities to win that game.
Yeah, sure, you had them. Yeah, mate.
Everyone does, mate.
Yeah, mate.
And
everyone
like you
has
say,
an opportunity.
In history, everyone has.
Everyone has. They've come close, and England have come close. I mean, we beat them last time at Twickenham. The time before that, it was the 25-all draw when Rico got the screeching runaway down the sideline. Remember that one?
I remember a game in recent time when we drew with England, and they celebrated like it was a win.
Yeah,
and
there was literally 25-all.
There was 2 teams.
Yeah,
literally in exactly the same position. England were playing at home.
Yeah.
And we were like gutted. All our players were like, oh, fuck. And then the England players are running around like they've won the fucking World Cup semi-final.
It's embarrassing. A draw is shit for everyone. It's the worst outcome.
Well, not according to that England team, mate. They were loving it.
Well, they're going to, and they've come, it's been bloody close the last few times, could have also been.
It always is. It's always annoyingly close. They're always, and they're that team that kind of, they have that extra little bit of confidence against us because they have beaten us a lot more than a lot of other teams.
But again, I'd like to see England assert a little bit more dominance generally across the board first. I don't want to lose to them because I don't think we deserve to lose to them. I think we well and truly deserve to beat them. That's my feeling. Good on England and they're on the rise, but I think they're still to rise, They're like a cookie that's only been in the oven for 5 minutes. They need a little bit more baking time.
A little more time.
A little bit more time.
Still pretty tasty.
Still pretty tasty.
I don't even mind having it raw. I like a little raw dough.
We know that.
Delicious.
Yeah.
I love raw doughing. It's my favourite.
Raw doughing. Is that and then they have to turn around to you. It's raw dogging. Oh, sorry.
Good luck, All Blacks.
Keep going.
Have a good training. Look after yourselves out there. There's a few injuries floating around, and we don't really want to see any more.
No.
I know we've only got a couple more games left of this season, but look after yourselves. Look after each other.
Look after yourselves.
Take Doc's advice. Make sure if you have any little niggles, make sure you take your vitamins and put the little Voltaren rub on there. Get yourselves humming and healthy.
Raz last minute health advice to the All Blacks. As if they're not already doing it at the absolute most professional level.
Have a little lemsip. Have some honey. Think of all those things that your mum taught you to do. If you're feeling tired, have a couple of Panadol and a glass of water and get yourself to bed for a wee nap.
And some ibuprofen to help with any swelling or inflammation that you might have.
Take your anti-inflammatories. It's been a long year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hey, just enjoy it. Remember, the next day you can go out for a lovely pub lunch there in South London, and because and you could probably get a bit pissed because next week you're only playing Wales. They got smacked by Argentina too in a record win. I get a little bit sad when I see that, mate. I get a little bit sad for poor Wales.
That's the motherland for you, mate. Of course you're sad.
I see it going from bad to worse, and it's not nice. It's not nice.
I don't think they've hit rock bottom yet.
We joke about it, but you're right. Like, it looks like maybe it's going to go, oh, fucking hell.
Imagine if they got up and beat us. Imagine if they got up and beat the All Blacks.
No, like
should we give them a game, mate? Should we give him?
Should we just throw the game? Should we throw the game?
Maybe if we just give him. Maybe if we're we just get it. You give Wallace and Leroy a little free rein and go. You do your little cheats. Get off the field, and we'll give them a little chance.
Mate. There's a higher chance of you not eating a can of Pringles and a bottle of Spates tonight, and we know it's never going to happen. You're going to be dining. You're going to be dining for one, aren't you?
Well, or is Grace back?
She's back, isn't she?
You know what they say?
What?
Both with the beers and with the Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop.
It's always been your problem. All right. It's been great. Thanks for listening. Enjoy this Saturday's romp or the Sunday's romp.
Couple of weeks left with the ABs this season. It's going to be a lovely wee game at Twiggers.
Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be our last episode for the year next week. So make sure.
Well, no, we've got.
Hang on,
we've got two more.
We've got two more, don't we?
Yeah. The penultimate.
Sorry, I'm getting a little bit excited. And
we've
then
got the penultimate episode of the year.
Sorry, the penultimate. So make sure you tune in. And I'm excited.
I'm feeling good about it.
Yeah,
I'm feeling good about a wee victory speech from yours truly.
Okay. All right. We love you. Good night.
Love you lots. Super Smack.
See you later, babe.